I'm Milko Moustache, that's how I perform, and my real name is Ivan. Hello.
Fadi who? My name is Fadi. My last name is who? Because we never know, you know.
My real name is Ahmed Hijawi. As a DJ, I'm AVIDBOLD.
Anyways, Milko Moustache, Fadi who, AVIDBOLD.
Yes.
Yeah, hello guys.
Thank you.
And we are together.
Let's deep tribe. Deep tribe. One big, nice tribe, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your first musical experience?
First one, I mean, I come from a country that when I was young, there was not much happening. But my first one was when they gave me a tape.
A tape?
A tape. You remember tapes? Tapes?
Yeah, tapes.
Yes, I remember tapes. Yeah, cassette.
Rings a bell.
My name is Michael Cassette.
Exactly. When they
cassette
gave me
here,
a cassette, and it was like one of these that was 90 minutes, which is like a lot of time, more time than usual, because they were usually 60. And one side was Queen, one side was Iron Maiden.
Wow,
Yes.
okay.
So that was my first experience, and I was like little boy, and I was excited, and I didn't understand anything, but it influenced me a lot. And then obviously my first concerts came a bit later, and my first big one was a concert of Metallica back home.
For me, I started with hip hop, old school hip hop. You know, like that was my first influences. The first music I started listening to almost, you know. Apart from the music from games, you know, Mario, you know, which was nice also though. But yeah, it was hip hop old school, you know, mainly US, a bit of French also, and a bit of rock after that also. And after that, electronic music came much later, like I would say, like a few years after all that, you know, wasn't the first thing I was listening to. I was like, why would I listen to a music that doesn't have any lyrics, you know? Why? What's the point? Mm-hmm. Then I went to some clubs and I was like, okay, they have a good point, you know, these people.
They don't want you to think much now.
You don't need to think. Some lights, some this, some that, and yeah, and that's how I started basically.
And it happened.
It happened, man.
Yeah.
It happened.
My first musical experience, it was in my brother's room. It was a very small room where he has his own studio. So I was maybe 6, 7, 8 years old, I don't know, and was watching him while he's DJing on the vinyl. And yeah, from there I started to get to know electronic music. And also when I was a kid, I was a percussionist and as a dancer. So I guess from there my musical journey started from there. So yeah.
Talk us through your music style genre. I don't know.
I don't really like to stick to genres because I don't know, it's kind of pulling your chains, and I go all over the place, to be honest, in my opinion, but still I keep it in a way that for me the whole experience came in a very different perspective, that I put it together, and then it's basically I use it as a communication method, in a way that I say something when I play something, and that's what doesn't put me in genres in anything. I mean, in general, it's deep, emotional, melodic tunes mainly. However, I can go harder, I can go slower, I can go, but it keeps a certain sound. However, as I said, for me, they have to make sense together, and that's not always being a genre, but more like melodically, harmonically together. So it's an experience, and I take it for a journey. I can even play inside hip hops. I can play rock kind of tunes, not like real rock. I mean, obviously they're gonna be transferred to electronic music, but there's gonna be a lot of elements there. So that's what I do. So genre, no. I'm more of an eclectic guy, and I do the whole circle of anything as long as that makes proper sense to me, and I transfer that to the people. That's it.
But actually, like Ivan, I don't like to stick to chains, you know, or I don't know how you said it, but something like that. Because yeah, when like in a set, you can play so many different styles, you know. But it's always good, I guess. For me personally, I go around a lot into the deep house style, deep house genre, you know. But it has some can be disco, funk influences, more into tech, deep tech, you know, like the Japanese call it. But it's a blend of everything also, you know, but I would say mainly around deep house.
Yeah, so for me, I'm totally against.
Deep house.
Against
I thought you were saying I'm against deep tribe. I was like, what?
I'm totally against one genre of music. You know what I mean? I'm my own philosophy when it comes to DJing. I don't believe I should play one musical genre of music. It depends with the vibe and location and the timing of the event itself. Let's say, for example, if I'm playing in a pool party and the sun is out and people are having fun under the sun, it's gonna be different than playing in an after party in dark room. You know what I mean? So it depends with the vibe. So I always keep myself having wide range of understanding electronic music, and always have my own touch when it comes to DJing. You know what I mean? And that comes with my performance. You know what I mean? The art of DJing, for me, the art of DJing is about to read the vibe and play accordingly, but it's not being open format like a wedding DJ, someone coming to you, can you play this, can you play that? No.
It's not a jukebox.
It's about you as a DJ to read the vibe and to play for the vibe, you know? That's it. So that's as simple as that.
Where do you get your musical inspiration?
Like, so honestly, for me, it's like you're asking me from where you get your food taste. You know what I mean? When you speak, from where you get your musical taste. I don't know, it's just like, it comes naturally.
No, for me, look, I mean, I always be like a music consumer junkie, basically. I listen to a lot of things, and I'm still like, when I said that at the beginning, that my first things were connected to rock music and all these things, I'm still a rocker. I mean, that's how I grew up, that's what I've always been listening to. So for me, all these melodies, all these things, I mean, you can hear it probably in the tracks I play. So for me, the whole thing of melodies and even lyrics, and even because I play as well a lot of vocals and that type of tracks. So for me, it's always been a lot of different types of music and different genres, and I just listen to a lot of things all over the place, and then that's where I get the whole feeling, you know, the goosebumps. And mainly festivals. I really love live performances, and what's happening at the moment is just ridiculous that we don't have that. You know, when you see it live, when you hear it live, it blows your brain. So that's where I get my inspiration. At the moment, it's on hold, apart from the internet, which is good.
No, for me, I get it from Ivan. No, I'm kidding. Also, obviously, you know, from DJs I like to listen to, you know, whether big DJs or medium, small size local and all, you know. I like to check other people's set, see the journey, you know, see what they like to play, how they mix it together and all, you know. But also, yeah, there's lots of labels that I follow, you know. So I always check the releases, all the new ones, you know. And yeah, I'd say very inspired by other people, you know, in general. I mean, easy to say, but it's true. Yeah.
I personally, I grew up watching my brother. He's a DJ, and my father and my mother, they always like to listen to all these Arabic music, Abdul Halim, Kulthum, and my brother's electronic music, and also back in the days in the 90s was Criss Cross and Boyz II Men and that hip hop genres. So it was a big diversity. I grew up listening to many different styles of music, and that shaped me somehow. And I always appreciate good music, so I don't put it under one category of specific artist. But mainly when it comes to touching my soul, when I was a kid, Michael Jackson was the one on the top, you know what I mean, to make me groove into his sound. So yeah, so I shaped from there my musical journey.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Of course, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yeah, big reference, of course, man. He's a master.
Of course, Michael Jackson is more commercial, but when it comes to talent,
I'd say mainstream more than commercial.
I cannot. You cannot choose from two geniuses, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Both. Honestly, like, you know, like if somebody has to choose between two, is like why?
There is none. I don't believe in number one thing. I don't believe in number one football player, number one DJ, number two producer. There is a good DJ and there is a genius. You know what I mean? Prince and Michael Jackson you put them in a category. They are legend. You know what I mean? So,
a good inspiration also for Arabic styles is Kadham al-Sahir, you know.
Yeah, of course.
He does a lot of mixing with his orchestras and all. Like sometimes it blends different genres also, you know. So for me also, I grew up listening to all these kind of Arabic singers, you know. And for me, Kadham al-Sahir was one of the top, you know.
What does deep tribe mean to you?
If I have to say, it means it's in the name. It's a tribe. So basically, tribe is people that share the same ethnicity, let's say. You know, like we don't, but we click on certain. I can't say only vibe, but we click on a lot of levels, and then obviously the music was kind of a start that met us and got us together. But then obviously to become a tribe is not only that. We do a lot of things together. We share a lot of feelings, information, and I don't say. I mean, even like our troubles, our stories, and then obviously we didn't grow in the same background, environment, and it's more interesting that we kind of incorporate all this in our collective. So it's really nice to see how things start clicking, and then obviously things like that happen, and we've been behind. I mean, now the events are not working, you know, like everything is on hold, but when we used to do it, you can see, like you can feel the vibe and everything that's been done from the heart, and that's very important. So it's there, it's just our tribe, so it grows, shrinks, but you know, that's how it is here.
Yeah, so for me, Deep Tribe, man, it means a big family, you know, a big family united around music, you know. Because how it was created, it started with the deep house, and we all a big family, a tribe, you know. So Deep Tribe, it came a bit like that. Even with the name and all, you can already feel the vibe, you know. So yeah, I'd say it's a big family. All the friends you see around, I don't know, not Avid, but the rest, you know. No, especially Avid. Yeah, and we just have people around us, you know, that come to the event. They see the vibe, how Ivan said. And they feel it, you know, they feel it, we feel it even more, and we just having more people adding to our collective, and all you guys also, of course, you know, adding to it, and just participating to everything together, you know, whether it's during our own events, when we have like live streams like these, or when we have chill weekends and we go around and all, we're always the same crew going around, you know. So I think what I really like about it also is like we're always all of us together, you know, always together, whether some good stuff happens, some bad things and all, you know, like we just take a big family, like a big tribe.
Yeah, we're not only connected on a kind of, let's say, professional level, but also on we have like a bond, which is important.
You have a tribe.
Yeah. Yes, man.
Tribe.
You
So
know,
like,
it just
so when you had like as I said, like as he said, it's not that we just go and organize an event or play music or this kind of things. No, we just do everything together, and that's something quite precious that I believe we need to keep, and that give us our, even when we create something after that, you know, like it just brings more how to say it, intimate feeling in a way that you come to my family, you know, let's come to my home, see what I can, you know, like, and that people started feeling, and it's very important for me.
Yeah, what I noticed is like even people, they always been asking, okay, what music is being played there in Deep Tribe and stuff and all. So okay, that's basic questions, but like what I tell them is like, just guys come and you'll see by yourself how it's happening there, because it's very hard to explain also, you know. Once you go there to the event and you see everyone all together chilling and all, you feel you're part of it already, you know. Like you don't get people, even if the first time they come, they're not going to be excluded of it, you know. Every time we're going to try to include more people, whether we never saw them or anything, you know, just like guys, you know, being part of the whole image, you know. And that's what people, they realize once they get there. They're like, okay, actually it's just like a bunch of friends and all, and they look like they all know each other, but actually not. Some people we just discovered now, you know, we just met them now or nothing. Just trying to include everyone and do something as a big musical and chill movement, you know. That's the whole idea.
It's the whole tribe.
Yes, the tribe idea. Exactly.
Pass.
Any new artists that recently joined the Deep Tribe?
Well, the latest was, I would say, Avid and Qatari, you know. I would say they've been the last. Kev, Qatari and Avid, was the last two. But that's that was since a year at least, you know. Like, I mean, our last event was, what, a year and a half ago? Right? Something like that. And they joined around that time, I would say. But we always try also not just to have people under our collective as residents, but we also try to connect with other collectives and promoters worldwide, you know, like Satisfaction, Berlin, for example, Astral, Paris. We just try to have a huge family between all these crews, you know. Like we get the DJ, we book them here, we send ours there, you know, trying to have it international. Yeah.
Actually, the latest one is a lady that I saw. Yeah, that she's not really involved into playing music. I mean, she's not
not as a
partner,
DJ, but
like,
as a partner. Yeah.
Partnership is all connected to art direction and, you know, all these kind of projects. So, yeah, she joined big time, full force. So.
And she's the one behind all the decoration.
She's not here,
you know?
otherwise she would be sitting here, but she's not. So she's learned a lot about this. Kind of
she's the one who did our tiki, our mask, you know, you see it in the photos and all, our logo. With Bobby, her husband, you know, they just build honestly crazy structures, you know, made from nothing.
I mean, like, as I said, the tribe is not only about DJs, you know, it's not only music, so there's much more to it. And that's actually the positive side. So she's the latest, I think.
Yeah.
For Deep Tribe, particularly for Deep Tribe. So there you go. So
as non-DJs, but part of the whole crew and part of the touch, you know.
Unfortunately, she's back home in Argentina at the moment, and that's why she's not here. Otherwise, she would have been sitting.
What are your 2020 highlights?
My highlight of 2020 was that I went to actually play on a festival during the whole crazy stuff, and thanks to this one, we went to France, and we got to participate in a really, really nice small. Like they kind of shrink it, but a nice kind of urban culture festival, which was amazing. There were a lot of like graffiti artists and everything. It was a proper festival for 3 days, and I performed there on the techno stage, and it was boom, amazing. Like actually, that was my first international appearance, and it happened during
COVID.
These crazy times, which nobody will believe that anything is gonna happen. So that was from this perspective, my 2020 highlight.
Last summer, August, we've organized with some friends and with our crew, Astral. That's our crew from Paris. So basically, we were invited by a friend of ours who was doing a big festival called Ultraviolet Festival, you know. That were calling different crews from all around the world, you know, and we were the ones selected to take care of the techno, house, electronic music stage. So in Astral, we are 5 people, right? So each one of us chose one DJ. I chose this guy, you know, and it was incredible. It was in the middle of a forest with the old castle, old graph, lots of street artists, lots of activities, not just about music, you know. And it was incredible. I'll say definitely that's the highlight because we were never expecting it to happen, actually. Until the last minute.
We were driving literally there, looking at each other and said, is this going to happen? we're all expecting to just do a U-turn and go back.
And we go, we see, you know, and it happened, and hopefully even next year. And this whole COVID safe, you know, like, I mean, safety, distance, mask and all, you know, we try as much as we can.
They to be honest, they tried their best. First of all, they were like limited attendance, but it's amazing.
Yeah, and we didn't even have a case there, you know, like, because we were tracking a bit and all, and it was all good, you know, so there is a way of doing it properly and safely, etc. So let's try again this year, you know.
Pandemic raves.
Yeah.
No, it was so legal and allowed. It's like the municipality were there, they had police, they had security. So it was not that something like somebody pulled off out of let's go meet there in a warehouse and, you know, and whatever happens. But this was proper organization.
La Belle Valette Festival. Check it, guys. For next year, you never know. It was 5,000 people, but spread out on the whole forest. It was really a huge camp, you know. Volunteers. So you don't see that many people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it was really, really nice, man.
Yeah.
And then I played another gig on another little festival in
International gigs.
Italy. Yes,
2020
so
in COVID.
international, so highlights a lot, man. Actually, more things happened to me in 2020 than ever. No, my first international, like to be honest, was Burning Man. That was my first.
Yeah,
that's an international.
And Africa Burn.
And Africa Burn, a lot of international.
For sure, with Mike McLaren.
Yes.
We miss you, Mike.
I used to have another wingman that we used to kind of do a project together, but unfortunately the pandemic pulled him back to his country. So
to Africa, South Africa, still cool.
Still Africa.
Even Africa is cool.
He's happy. Anyways.
Yeah.
My highlights: I got married.
Wedding DJ. I told you, wedding DJ.
Just 2-3 weeks before the pandemic, which is luckily we got married. And also in a musical level, I'm becoming focusing way more in music production and in my future career than just going around and to connected with certain groups and just to get the gigs, because I realize it's time to focus in the future more than just wasting my time. But Corona did made me focus a bit more in the bigger picture. So yeah, that's it.
What's next for you?
The highlights of 2021 will be, I don't know. To be honest, like at the moment, if you ask my honest opinion, is to say what's next or to look at future to make plans is very naive. I mean, like it doesn't make sense. So the amount of uncertainty and things can change and things can turn around. I mean, my next step within this kind of things is basically we've been planning maybe to establish ourselves with few events whenever things become available, so we can build something and represent what we are and the way we want to see and position ourselves within the local scene. And from a musical perspective, I've been kind of reading and doing also some courses in production, I think. So with my friend Mike, we already started kind of doing some stuff. We have like a track kind of laid out already, but obviously he left, so we could not accomplish that. So I'm getting some more theory and looking into it. So let's see, maybe something comes out of the Milko pocket.
Well, what's next? Yeah, as Ivan said, very hard to plan event-wise. For Deep Tribe, I would say, like we can do the live streams and all, it's fun, etc. But it's we still miss the really face-to-face party time, right? So for this, it all depends on the environment around us. We'll only know when they will know, I would say. Like impossible to guess. But on a personal level, I would say focus on the music, sharpening the skills, maybe music productions like Avid, what he's doing, try to improve those sides, try to work maybe an advance on the brand image also, kind of. And enjoy whatever we can enjoy,
Get a job, maybe.
Yeah, maybe get a job,
Get some money.
Yeah, what else to do, Yeah. Personal focus, I'd say, right? The COVID talk, I would say, like everyone, that's what everyone would do.
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
What's coming next? Honestly, I can't wait for this Corona pandemic shit to be over, so we can go back to our life and just continuing our dream and achieving our dream, hopefully, all together, all of us.
Yeah.
With the Deep Tribe.
With the Deep Tribe and all the other tribes. As long as they're cool.
Yeah.
Your favorite producer?
Is my age fun fact? My age?
It's a very fun fact, bro. Incredible. So yeah, like for music producers, man, like a few like that I follow for a very long time from the French tribe, I would say. Laurent Garnier, Tromer, that is a more younger guy, 26, 27 years old, that is really incredible in lots of different genres, Sam Shore. From the local scene, we have some very good guys also, like Mia Santa, Katari, Mario Bazuri. And there's a lot of very, very good guys that are not yet known enough as much as they deserve. And there's a lot of even other local DJs I didn't even mention. But yeah, I'd say like on international local scene, I like to blend both of them together and just try to play whatever they have from from the good stuff, you know.
For this, I can say something that this year, like, nobody was playing for 1 year probably. Like, I mean, we here kind of had some entertainment at some point, but in Europe is complete lockdown, and America is locked down, so there's no entertainment at all. So all these producers, they've been sitting at home and producing a lot. So there's been so much waves of tracks and everything coming, and to be honest, I've never heard so much crap coming out for this. Honestly, man, I was like, there's so many things, and you're like, you listen, and said,
yeah.
What is this, man? I used to like you. Like, what is so I think people just take out everything. So new producers this year, I think the industry itself will create a new name and will push something, but at the moment it's just blank performances.
But also one thing is, like, when you stay home during COVID and all, like, you don't stimulate your creativity.
Yeah.
So they're not stimulated enough to create some good shit. They try, I guess.
How many times you perform a few times, I perform a few times, so you go out and that communication, that thing, you try, you see what works, what doesn't, what's the response, it gets you pumped.
But when you stay at home the whole time...
And that's why people are so, even when they tour or go and they're so busy, they still produce good stuff. I mean, one track, but it's boom.
Yeah.
When now, it's like, okay, I'll give you like 50
tracks,
but they're
and
like...
bam.
So for me, this year, favorite producers, 0.
Yeah. It's a bit hard on them, but well, not the fault of everyone also, I would say. One guy mentioned, Mario Bazzouli, been producing like crazy during lockdown, and very, very good stuff, like I think it would be good to check his production. Qatari, same. These guys, it's harder, for all the DJs to be stimulated, like to have a good creative side during COVID, you stay at home, you always see the same scheme, kind of every day, so your mind stays on the same pattern also, So when you manage to get good ideas in this environment, then this is really something amazing, something amazing to have. So I would say lots of crap this year for sure. But we'd like also to try to help as much as we can, but it's impossible for now,
It's not just music, but honestly, like you get a feeling like everyone wants to be spoon-fed, like if you spoon-fed them shit, they're gonna eat shit.
If it works,
if you're gonna eat them something sweet, they're gonna be like, okay, this is so
good.
Like, this is sweet.
If the bad shit works, then they'll continue get used to it,
It's also up to the artists in this day, like, why give them shit? Give them candy,
Because shit is easier to do and pays more.
Okay,
also, right?
I have from my own perspective. For example, I'll tell you what happened at I think maybe around 2013, the United States. They jumped into the industry very heavily with shitloads of money, and like
flooding it with crap.
It's
just crap everywhere.
Listen. How are you gonna do like a weekly show? Like every week there's something new happening, and you burn out any scene will be burnt out.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It will be burnt out.
Sure.
Everyone, all the ideas, everything's coming
gone.
out, poured out in like 1 week. Like, okay, it's over. Like, what's next?
Of course, all right. They have to take it easy,
Whatever genre it is, it dies.
Yeah,
it burns out, and then
in a commercial level, but we can't forget what Detroit and Chicago, what brought to us in terms of techno and house music, you know what I mean?
We're not talking about this. This is underground. This is new stuff, of course. Underground is different thing. Underground exists in very, very few places, to be honest. But then, all this, as you said, you're probably talking more of all this. They jump a lot in the scene, even like European DJs went there and everything, all these spin-offs of Burning Man, all these things, people started going and doing, everybody has to wear the mandalas and the thing, and I don't know, flowers in the hair, and it became like a modern hippie thing. And then everybody is doing, all their dream, and they're doing really well, but the thing is that, as you said, there's every day something, and then boom. But
like, honestly, at some point, David Guetta was good.
In the beginning, 100%.
Club FJ, and even La Cosa Nostra. It was like at some point.
Started by Pure House.
It was okay.
Honestly, I miss the old commercial.
It
Yeah.
was no. It's
We
a-
used to hate it back in the
It's
days.
good.
Yeah.
We used to hate
It's
it back in the
fun.
days. Now we wish to keep it that level of commercial. Like,
You know?
like how was it 10 years ago? That level of commercial, rhythm of a dance, and no, that's like even more than 20 years ago.
No,
I mean,
but
like,
even David Guetta, he had some album releases like that were so freaking cool.
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah.
And then one time it shifted all to like I don't know,
making
Pitbulls,
money.
yeah, Nicki Minaj, and like what the hell, what's going on? You know?
What's going on? Money. It's all about cash.
Money and most of the people
Cash
they
was everything.
they're into commercial, man. They are
Yeah, but
into
when
commercial.
you throw too much and things, and
So,
it's become.
I-
But
I believe-
they had even here in Dubai, they had it a very small magnitude, let's say. But they're still the same thing. People were doing same and same and same and same. One does anything, and everybody does the same, and then that dies.
It's a
And
trend,
here,
yeah.
because it's small, obviously dies quicker. But yeah, it was just ridiculous at some point here. So maybe like you had the clubs, you know, the big clubs on Friday, because everything is always here Thursday, Friday. Remember?
Mhm.
On Friday you have every DJ that walks the ground is here. And they're like, man, you have clubs like the big clubs here. You have the lineups. They're festival lineups. They're not club lineups.
Yeah.
Festival. I'm like, okay, you know all the big clubs and everything. So
Yeah.
and it was just this didn't make sense.
I guess most of the people they go to clubs and festivals not for the sake of music. They pretend that they're going for the sake of music, but just to have fun and socialize and drinking and
So
just
this
Yeah.
you know.
trend.
Yeah, it's a
it
trend.
becomes
You know
a
what I
trend,
mean?
and
So
then-
that's why commercial is gonna be always taking over. Always since
No, but it's not even
Sense.
commercial. Even like here, they brought like proper DJs, proper artists, proper
But are they- but-
underground people playing blink blink.
But I
things,
think that they are always been the same names, same 20 names.
For sure.
They're
But
becoming
the biggest,
resident.
the biggest ones, the biggest ones. They bring,
Probably the next
and it
question
brings
is
people.
going to be
and
about
that's it.
the next
Yeah, it's
question
like-
is around what's going on
Just
here.
like,
So
I don't know.
Let's go.
But no, they get the top 20, of course. They get the top 20. They see they bring people, they bring money, so they keep bringing them. They have contracts now with the big DJs. Like you come 2, 3, 4 times a year, and people they just go seeing them.
Honestly-
whereas there are more local DJs that get left out. Like lots of local DJs, they are very talented, but no one is good to see them anymore because there's this big guy.
Tell us a fun fact about you.
What did I say? Actually, I said something.
He likes playing games.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's a cool fact actually. I like to play games everywhere I go.
I know a fun fact about you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Like for Fadi, a crazy party is when he played chess and he won. And that's like exactly. And that's why it goes like, wow, that
Crazy
was
night.
the best night ever in my life.
Because everywhere I go, even in parties, I have a backgammon board, chess games, or like any other game we find. I'm always up to play. Even in the party, we sit somewhere, bam, okay, let's go. For me, this is a good party, and background music, techno, whatever, it's fine. Yeah. What about you guys?
I told you if my age is a fun fact, I'm older than this too.
Is it? It's together.
Almost, yeah, probably. And I already wrote it in my, you sent me the question and I wrote, I can fly a plane, that's what I wrote.
Yeah.
Actually, I can do, officially, yeah. I have
Really?
yeah, man, I did a course and
From
license
the
and
crew
everything.
training, huh?
No. I was
okay.
supposed to become a pilot, so I didn't
Okay.
accomplish, but I had a lot, I had proper
Nice,
license, yeah.
man. Nice.
So I can fly a plane.
I write it down in case something happens,
In case something happens.
On a mission.
Last resort.
I need a plane.
I need a plane now, guys. Let's go.
I need a pilot, yeah. But officially, I can. So that's a fun fact about me.
Cool.
Nothing else, and
Alright.
that's it.
Age and planes. Cool.
I mean, I can play chess, but not that.
Oh. Alright.
I
But
think playing chess and flying a plane.
together at the same time. Wow. Okay. Maybe I'll not trust you to fly the plane.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. I don't know. I'm a foodie person. I love food more than anything, and I drink lots of water. So sometimes while I'm DJing, instead of water, of course, obviously I will be drinking alcohol, and mix it with water. So every half an hour I end up need to go to the bathroom. So when I play long sets, I always having trouble when the bathroom is really far from the DJ booth. So I need to run and talk to the promoter. Man, can you make sure the bathroom is empty? And
How do you envision a brave new world?
I don't know, man. I would say, first we are brave because we survived it. You know, we survived I don't know. I want to say the hard part, but we don't know what's coming. You know, so I would say we get used to the strong measures. You know, that we had in the beginning, the lockdown, whatever, and all. So now I would say, and I would hope that we are more ready to overcome whatever is like in 2021 and after and all, you know. So I think we'd be more ready mentally, physically. I think we got all fucked, you know. We tried to do a bit of sports and all, didn't really work during lockdown, but yeah, no, I would say a word where we would be more ready, you know, for whatever is coming, you know. I would say we are the brave ones at the end, or I would like to see it that way, you know.
For me, I don't think there's something that brave or that new that's gonna happen. However, these times, I guess, taught everybody to appreciate things that we always take it for granted. I mean, even like a handshake, or I don't know, visit your parents or hug somebody or things like that. And this is gonna hopefully, you know, make people realize that yes, we need those things and they're very important in our lives. And as how brave and how new it's gonna be, it's up to us. And in particular for the music scene and things, I don't see anything that brave or that new as well. It's gonna restart again from scratch, I think, in a way that the thing are gonna be more local. That's what I think, because
finally,
you know, if we get out of this, we will get in different times. Like one country will get out of this now, another country will get out of this later. And I'm talking about countries where this type of events happen, and you know, they like have big scenes and things. So how that's gonna obviously involve the international, you know, participations and everything, that's gonna be very different, I guess. So it's the time of the local scenes, and we need to turn into the talent that we have around and look more at this. And then, because for me, and I wanted to answer the previous question that we had this fiery discussion, but you cannot have a scene if everything is set up for somebody to come, play and go.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a scene. So we need these locals. We need the resident DJs. We need the people that know the crowd here, know the vibe, know the specific, you know, environment and specific rules and laws or whatever you want to call it, and how this crowd reacts and how this crowd will be handled. And then when we build everything around that, that's when you have a scene. And that's when somebody comes, he's a guest, fine. But when you do everything for somebody that just comes and that's it. So hopefully this will be the new normal, and people understand that scenes are done by locals.
100%.
Like
100%.
regional, you know, people that know what they're doing in that spot. Because even like he said, he mentioned the art of DJing. For me, it's been always a very simple thing, and you can only understand it when you're in your waters, and that's called right track at the right time. And when you're in your waters and in your own environment, it's much easier to do it. And that's why a lot of, local DJs, they can perform really well in their, you know, local environment, which makes them more comfortable, more, and then obviously the inspiration comes, and then they can become, obviously, I mean, I wish everybody that, to become successful everywhere. Superstar and travel and all these things.
To start with,
superstar. We need more of that, and that's what starts from underground, and then, you know, and it creates that whole thing. So hopefully this is gonna be the brave new thing that's gonna happen, and it's up to us, you guys, and people like everybody who is involved to push on that point, because at the end of the day, enough of this. You know, you pay, I don't know, 50,000 euros for somebody to come and play for 2 hours, and you don't give a
100.
You don't give a drink to the warm-up DJ. Come on.
is the art of warm-up DJs, is it dying, really?
I saw an article on it recently.
There's an article that I shared
It is, like...
it is, but it's so
I think,
important.
no.
I don't think it's dying. It's extremely... That's actually one of the most difficult and most like artistic representation of anybody. However, it's not being dying. It's being absolutely underestimated and underappreciated. That's the problem.
Yeah,
because the guys with the booking, whatever, say, yeah, if you don't do it, he do it, I do it, whatever. That's the concept, and it's not. This guy is doing even harder job than the headliner. Headliner comes, play his set, goes away, doesn't care.
Yeah, it's
And-
very
and
challenging.
everybody's like this because the guys with the thing. And I've been to a lot of gigs. I'm telling you, looking at my favorite people, that they come here or even in Europe or even in America where I've been to gigs, and I don't like it. Like they come, they perform is like bland, because I know that he performed yesterday, before yesterday, 2 days ago, 2 hours before, and things like that. I know they get, as you said, if you do something every day, you burn out. So he comes, no mood, no anything, and people expect when that guy is trying to prove himself and he's pushing it and doing it and molding it and doing, and you see the work. And then what? He gets a beer and a hug? That's what... Appreciation doesn't come only from a financial thing, but, push him, go, put him somewhere, kind of this thing. And I've been around here, I'm kind of involved, not really in the big things, but I know people from all the aspects of the scene here, so I've seen it a lot here, a lot. Crazy. Hey, Gucci.
It's actually the hardest, like people think it's quite easy and all, and they don't even want it, To be honest, is an interesting part to play, especially when you start as a DJ. It's the best practice you can get, you know, because playing in front of like a crowd that is already here, that already has the vibe and all. You already have a club with 400 people inside. It's already easy, it's not easy, but it's one part already done. You're one step ahead. When you warm up, there's no one, there's no one. They are having a drink, as you said. They are talking to their friend. They're here. The hard part is to, as Iman said, to play the right track at the right moment and try to gather them and start having them do some dance moves like Michael Jackson,
which was a desert kind of rave for 24 hours. So you go to the desert, 24 hours, right? Perfect. So we kind of all got involved into doing the lineup and everything. So you need 24 hours non-stop music, so you need a few DJs, right? So we start at 12 p.m. and we finish at 12 p.m. next day, non-stop.
Just like Ultraviolet.
Okay, exactly, just like Ultraviolet. So basically, we start. So you assume that from 12 p.m. in lunchtime until let's say 8, it's gonna be nice and light or whatever. So we select warm up 4 DJs. I can guarantee you every time by 2 p.m. it's
bangers. But people know they play at that time.
And you go you tell them, but this is also for the DJ. Promote them.
For me, I blame the DJs.
Yeah. You know I'm booking you for that. No one. People are coming and setting their tents. Some are barbecuing and you're literally.
Yeah. Look, if you're a DJ, you play at 2 p.m., you don't have tracks like some chill for this time. You tell the promoter, you tell him, man, I don't have anything to play at that time.
I'm not
he books you
that
another time, But if you play there at this time and you just bring it directly, you'll see people, they'll be a bit not directly in the mood, right? It will be, how do you say, like it will be, there will be a delay, a big delay between the music that is playing and the crowd that is expecting something else also,
For me, it's always been like that, like when you get let's say a fast car, try drive it slow. It's hard. It's much harder. This is exactly what the warm-up DJ is doing. It's much harder. It's hard. Honestly, you need to keep certain vibe and think and all and go and but that's up to you. So warm-up is warm-up, and the thing is that it's a harder job, extremely underestimated.
Yes, it's the harder job.
I don't know why they think that everybody can do it. No, everybody can do the 1 to 3 a.m.
It's not considered, especially here in Dubai, like people, they just, they warm up, okay, we put anyone, doesn't it? But you need to put the good DJs as warm up, actually.
Honestly, that's not only Dubai.
It's not only Dubai,
it's not only, of course.
But there are so many artists and let's say DJs, artists, producers, it wasn't as easy as 10, 20 years ago. But but what's happening is like there are so many talent, and everyone's like, okay, I wanna. The mentality is like, okay, I wanna like prove myself, you know, and then
but you don't prove yourself from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. You know, you prove yourself at 1.
exactly. But
you know,
okay, what like. Think about it. Like if you're like.
I guess the competition is really huge.
Like you need to be involved in the scene in a way or another. It's not just like I don't need to have followers. I don't need to have. What about talent?
But
talent
then we come to the previous topic of saying that if a venue is run by a musical person, person that understands this thing, he will value this thing.
Yes.
Not by a guy that says, okay, you're warming it up, but there's nobody on the dance floor. Okay, so why is that? I don't want that. And I go like, okay, fine, because this and this. Go and explain to him what warm up means. The guy doesn't care. The guy wants people to go and buy drinks and get get the cash out. So this is how it is, and this is the big hole here.
I believe Dubai has a huge potential to be a competitor with Beirut, Cairo, Egypt, Lebanon, and Middle East to be really shining. In terms of not the names, their booking names, like having these top 20 names. No, about their local.
How do you feel like about Ultraviolet Live? Like, you know, this edition, like bringing together like Cairo.
I feel it's an amazing idea you guys had, you know, to connect different countries, to have local scenes and to broadcast them also, right? To show them like this kind of interviews and all. It's good to show what we do here, what everyone is doing locally here, to the rest of the world also. Kind of, you know, for whatever we can reach. I think it's a very cool way to connect, man. During these times and all, it's honestly, well done, guys. Well done. I mean, I'll see the results first before I say well done. I say done, then I see the well, we'll see later. But thank you also for the invite, you know, really appreciate it. And it was done a bit last minute and all, you know, but I think good. You guys have something good here, you know. Yeah.
I mean, look at this brave old world like we're living now. So basically, we need to create new ways to inspire each other, communicate, and like push each other doing what we love to do. So this is a greatest opportunity that came for quite a long time. So thanks a lot. It's been a great pleasure to play for Ultraviolet live.
Festival.
Look, it's jokes aside, but it's an amazing concepts of showcasing what we can do at the moment. So I mean, my favorite will be if you invite me in Cairo to play in front of 1,000 people, but obviously it's impossible. So I'll play in front of
camera.
Camera.
You know,
because we don't have the choice.
Look, it's a great idea, and keep it going. Yeah, hopefully it's not the last time we do it.
Yeah,
I guess it's a great way to connect with the other local scene in Cairo and Amsterdam. I've been checking the names on Facebook events. I've been checking some of the names. Some of them are really great talents that I never heard of, and because of you guys, for this opportunity, it got the chance to get to know other artists that always social media giving us these names. Or so thanks to you guys for introducing us to and introducing us to them, you know what I mean?
That's what it like.
Yeah.
You know, like,
so I don't know. So you,
it's connecting.
It's connecting.
Yeah,
it's connecting.
It's the new travel. We can't travel, so there you go. It's the new way of kind of communicating within a scene.
It's all about the music. It's not about. It's gonna be on the social media, but again, like I'm sure you choose the DJs according to their talents, not according to their followers and this kind of image. So
if it's according to their followers, I will never be there.
So yeah, thanks to you guys.